Steven knew that the footage he had captured with his drone was special, but he had no idea just how special it actually was, because what he assumed would only get him a few likes online turned out to help solve a mystery that had gone unexplained for 500 years, and a lot of people did not want this secret to come to light. The footage that he had captured with his drone proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt, and he was ready to show this bombshell to the world. But what did Steven capture on his drone footage? What was this strange 500-year-old story, and why did the locals want to keep the truth about a secret? But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Steven could have never predicted the impact his footage from that day would have. He had gone out into the mountain with the intention of getting some great aerial shots for the mountaintops that were now surprisingly devoid of snow. He was working on a documentary about climate change and wanted to use this drone footage as an illustration for a section about the temperature increasing to snow melting highs in the normally ice and ice-cold mountain. But the footage would eventually never make it into any film or documentary. Steven had gone out into the mountains alone that day. He was in Nepal with a small crew associated with the documentary. The rest of them had interviews with locals scheduled today, so Steven decided this would be the best use of his time. After 3 hours of journeying up into the mountains, he let his drone fly free. Steven had 10 minutes to shoot as much footage as possible, so there was no time to be wasted. He was looking for mountains with as little snow as possible, and one small mountain range did seem to stand out to him from afar because you could see a lot of snowless rock. It was seemingly the perfect shot for the movie, but when the drone hovered above it, Steven noticed there was something else strange about it. Steven was a man on a mission. He'd made the trip with friends and some colleagues, but Steven knew that each of them would be set on making their own discoveries. This meant he'd looked at several aerial pictures to get a better understanding. But this was like nothing he'd ever seen. A goddess, he thought to himself, mystified. Steven could barely believe his eyes. He scanned the camera lens, wiping at it to make sure the view in front of him was real. The more he wiped, the less convinced he was, but nothing changed. It seemed almost too good to believe. The shape in front of him resembled a sleeping woman. He watched the image come into focus as he moved his drone around some more, but nothing changed. The image stayed the same. Now he was confused for a completely different reason. If he didn't imagine things, why was this the first he had ever seen of it? His battery was low. It was a sharp jerk to reality. Looking at the number, it read 40%. If his drone was going to make it back, he would need to turn off the camera and steer it back. Steven couldn't fight the excitement as he steered the drone back. He'd brought an extra pack of batteries and would switch them for more shots, but for now the images would be more than enough. Soon, he would share the evidence of the sleeping beauty that rested above the mountains. He knew it would be great, but never expected the results. Steven had shut off the camera to ensure the drone made it safely down, but even that wasn't enough to get it safely back to him. The battery died and the drone fell into the snow. Steven sighed in frustration, but was glad he could make the hike up to the drone. But what he found left him even more stunned. It took about an hour for Steve to get to the top. He was exhausted and out of breath. Kneeling, he let himself relax for a moment before searching for his drone with his eyes. But instead of his expensive equipment, his eyes landed on a middle-aged woman dressed in thick traditional clothes. And she did not look pleased to see him. Steven knew that a few tribes lived up in the mountains but had no interaction with them. He wanted to explain himself, but she began to yell in a foreign language. Steven did not understand a word she was saying, but it was clear from her tone that she was furious. She stretched her hands, and that's when he saw it. In her hands was a stick of some kind, and she waved it and yelled. But that was not what Steven's eyes had settled on. Steven was transfixed on the object behind her. His drone was smashed into tiny pieces in the snow. This strange woman had destroyed months of his savings, and he had no idea why. At this point, Steven had equally lost his temper. The two of them were now yelling at each other in languages that were foreign to the other, but neither of them backed down. Steven was furious about his expensive equipment, and the lady was furious about his presence. But things took an unexpected turn. The lady pulled out an axe. Steven was stunned into silence. This had gone far beyond an angry spat, and his life felt in danger. Seeing no other way around it, he took a leap of faith and crouched down into a ball as he slid off the top of the cliff, using the snow as a natural sled. He prayed he would make it down safely. Luckily, the mountain was steeped in snow, making a bumpy but nonetheless safe ride down. By the time he made it down, Steven had lost his drone, the batteries, and admittedly some of his manly pride. But he was safe, and thankfully, the footage from the drone was as well, because he'd set it to automatically upload to the cloud. The walk back to his lodge was stressful, and Steven felt frazzled. He still wasn't sure what about him had angered her. Perhaps he'd crossed into her private territory? He admitted to himself that yelling at her in a foreign language had likely made it worse. But that was a mystery for another day. For now, he had one goal. The lodge was warm, and Stephen was glad to be back in the town with warm water and no angry women holding axes. He still could not believe the turn his day had taken. Checking the footage on his laptop, he was glad it had been saved. It was a long day, and he needed some rest, but not before he did one last thing. Stephen dragged himself out of bed to the sound of loud pounding against his room door. He had asked to not be disturbed as he wanted to sleep in, so he assumed it was one of his colleagues coming to discuss something important. But it was unexpected guests. When Stephen looked through the hole in the door, he saw that there was a bunch of local police waiting for him, and they did not look happy at all. From the agents' facial expressions, Stephen sees that they are under great stress. One of the agents even stands with his hand on his gun, ready to shoot. A bit afraid, Stephen asked them what they wanted through the door. He would not open the door if they did not reveal it to him. But then he got the warning that they would kick in the door if he did not open it in 5 seconds. He had no choice. Stephen had to make a decision in a split second. He quickly grabbed his to-go bag, which he had readied the night before, and jumped out the hotel room window onto the fire escape. He did not expect that jump to be so high. Upon landing, his ankles hurt considerably. But he escaped! He quickly made his way down as he heard his door being beaten down. He had no idea what these people wanted, but it could not be good. Could it have something to do with the drone footage he shot yesterday? First, the strange woman, now the local police. Something was going on here, and the only way he could think of figuring this out was to see the footage. Then he is startled. Did he take his cell phone from the hotel room? Luckily he did. Now he could check the footage on his phone. He found himself a hidden spot and started to play the footage. He looked around carefully to be sure no one noticed him. At first, nothing seemed unusual. Then something caught his attention. The outline of a distant mountain range appeared on the screen, and the shape felt oddly familiar. He had seen it before, though he could not immediately remember where. After a moment, it came back to him. The mountain looked exactly like the one described in an ancient story told about this region, a legend said to be more than 500 years old. Locals had always dismissed it as a myth, but now Stephen wondered if it had been true all along. According to the tale, there was a cave hidden near the head of the mountain, guarding something important. The strange reactions from the locals and the police presence only strengthened his belief. If it truly was just a myth, why go to such lengths to stop him? Stephen knew he had to find out. Still, he understood that no one would believe him based on footage and stories alone. If proof existed, it would be inside that cave. Reaching it would not be easy. Stephen prepared carefully for the long journey across the icy plain. He bought winter clothes and supplies from a store not owned by locals and set out toward the mountains, knowing the trip could take several days. Getting back was difficult. The area was now more heavily guarded by local police, but the terrain was vast, and they could not watch everything. Stephen avoided the main routes and managed to slip through unnoticed. Once past the checkpoints, the path ahead was clear. However, the cold quickly became dangerous. At one point, one of his toes began to freeze, forcing him to stop and warm it before continuing. Even then, fear followed him constantly. He worried about being caught by locals or arrested, but he pressed on. After more than 20 hours of walking, he finally reached what he believed was the head of the mountain range. Now he had to find the cave. He did not have to search long. Just as the old story described, there was an opening in the rock. Excitement surged through him as he stood before it. But he was not alone. In the distance, Stephen noticed a large group approaching, wearing traditional regional clothing. There were at least 15 people, and they were heading straight for the cave. They were clearly coming to secure it. Stephen had to choose escape while he still could, or enter the cave and risk being captured. The sensible option was clear, but he could not turn back now. He rushed inside the cave as commotion erupted behind him. The locals had seen him. Darkness swallowed him as he ran deeper, barely able to see, but he kept going. After several minutes, he reached a chamber and stopped in disbelief. Shining his flashlight into the darkness, he saw it. The legend had been true. The golden treasures of the natives were hidden there. Hearing footsteps approaching, Stephen quickly took a photo, intending to share it with the world. Suddenly, his phone crashed. Panic set in as he restarted it, and thankfully, it worked again. Just as he prepared to send the image, the locals rushed into the chamber and stopped when they saw him. They demanded that he not release the picture. Stephen explained his intentions, and soon they were ready to negotiate. They did not want fame or profit. They only wanted their ancestors' treasure to remain protected. Stephen understood. A deal was made. They arranged that Stephen could leave if he promised to not release the pictures. The locals were now going to move the treasure to a secure location so that nobody would ever find it again. Stephen leaves the cave and begins the long journey back. He may not have pictures or treasure, then he does have a great story to tell his friends and family.